Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning where I do my best work for you. I got a nice little lesson today. You know where we at. We in the Egyptian yoga. We're going to be here for a minute. So get comfortable, start learning your lessons, and start putting them to use. That's what I give them to you for. All right, let's go. I got a good one for you. It's going to talk about the ego. Thyself versus the ego self. In the words of Bernie Mac, who you with? I'm with Thy. Okay, let's go. When I get done, you should be too. I'm gonna prove you who Thyself over ego self wins every time. Let's go. Baptisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka self mastery or know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to my God, be true. All right, let's talk about this P-Funk philosophy on what I give it, what the title. All right. Choose thyself over the ego self. No, excuse me. Thyself versus the ego self. Who you with? I take thy. You need to know thy is God, not just the ego self. Why? The ego is just you. Knowing you don't do much. Okay, knowing you as you don't do it. Know who you really are. The ego self is just you. Thyself is you and God is one. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Break it down. Hope you can understand it. This is who thy is. Y'all hear me say know thyself. No. Why? If I said know yourself, that's the ego self. Damn him. Okay, nah. Get past him. Why? Because thyself is where you want to go. So thyself is where? Within. And thyself is where? Without. Pay attention. Thyself is before. Thyself is behind. Thyself is in the south. Thyself is in the north. See where we're going with this? Thyself likewise is above and is below. Let's go. Thyself. That's the embodied consciousness. God is all conscious, so thyself is who? You getting the message now? The embodied consciousness of none other than, the universal consciousness, the all-knowing is thyself. I just get started. I want to drop the mic already. That's a mouthful in itself. Right there. Just you knowing who thyself is gives you upper hand over what? Just being comfortable with knowing yourself. Your ego. Your ego thinks it's God. It don't give a damn about God. It edges God out. The ego represents edging God out. That's why we use it as the acronym to let you know the ego got to go out of the service position. If you're being ran by yourself, your ego self, you're not going to do well. Perfect example. Let's go. Real life. Remember, I put it to life. I take it, get the concept, and I can put it to life to show you, this is the result. Oh, I get the message. Learning is comprehending what's being presented to you and you thinking and comprehending and reflecting on it for yourself to learn. If it's bad, don't do it. If it's good, you continue to do it. We're raised with that. As parents, teach us that. Let's go. But the ego starts with the self, and that's who you believe you are. When you believe, that means you don't know. When you know, that means you had your experience. That's what God is all about. He has to be experienced, not talked about, not believed in. Worship, served, and he'll reward you for doing those things. I can't see God. You don't have to. You experience him. That's the name of the game. All right. But our ego is, again, let me explain this to you, please. Please understand this. Our ego is our identification with our body, with ourselves. I am. I. That's the ego right there. The am is God. Am is I. That's why God said what? I am you and me. I am. Not I. No. The am is what? God. And soon as we are born, we come into the world, we are told, and we begin to start to believe that our arms, our legs, our skin, our thoughts, our bodies, and our ideas, etc., are what constitutes the totality of our body and our existence. That's just ignorant. Okay? Why? We know better. In addition, through the process of what we know to be reincarnation. Why do you reincarnate? When the physical body comes into the world, the conscious of that body don't get it to God. Don't become conscious of who it is, so it has to go back and do all over again. Like going to school process. If you don't pass kindergarten, how many people don't pass kindergarten? But it starts right there. It gets you indoctrinated in what? To do, compete, and try to be your best. Okay, competition is healthy with the right concept. I raised my kids with the philosophy, the metaphor of sports. Why? Because sports is individual. You got to put the work in. When I team up with somebody else, I'm bringing what I do to the team. I wrestled. I did boxing. So I had a few sports where I concentrated on me. I had to bring what I had to bring. That's a good life lesson. So the ego has to get worked out. But the higher self should be caught up in the mix while you should aspire to be your best self. That's where your higher self lies. We have had this false, and again, your ego is the false identity, but it was hammered into our heads all our life. So it's like we hypnotized by our own surrounding, which is true. The environment sets the tone, and we are convinced by those around us. If you're in a dysfunctional family, you don't control the dysfunction. You're born into that. That's the order in the chaos. You got to come, what? Bring the order within yourself. Why? The chaos ain't going to give you order. It's just going to give you chaos. You got to find the order within yourself. That's what thyself represents. The order in the chaos. The Masons give it to you after 33 degrees. All right. But we believe we are mortal people. That's the power right there. We believe we're mortal. We're mortal beings. No. Again, no. We are divine spirit beings having a human mortal experience. To what? To know thyself, to learn it or remember, how we want to look at it, to who we are, so we can go back to our maker for eternity. And we believe that we just mortal flesh and blood, nothing more. That's the ego. That's where the ego starts right there. I'm just doing me. I'm human. I got one shot at this thing. I'm gonna do the best I could with it. Ego. All your spiritual people, they want to what? Help other people. What? Become spiritual while giving them information. It's called the gospel, good news. I'm giving you the gospel. What? Good news. I'm not here doing a bunch of nonsense. I'm giving you good information that you can prosper by. That's what I'm here to do. What other people doing don't concern me. How they doing it ain't none of my business. I see it. And they're going to do it with me. All right. The ego, it says what? It says things like, I feel sorry. It's pity side. Okay, and then say that. I feel hungry. That means it wants something. I am happy when it's getting what it wants. Ain't nothing better than having everything you want. Yeah, that's happiness. But the ego, all it wants is that. And it wants this and it wants that. It wants whatever it is. My body is good looking. I'm in good shape. I go to the gym every day to keep the body looking good and to attract the opposite. Remember, you got to look good to get the other. When they raise up, the peacock, walk around and spread his face, he showed off. Men always had this thing of do something around women to make ourselves look better. It's always been going on in nature. It's everywhere. It's human nature. All right. But then it says, look at me. I want to get a lot of money. I want to look good. I want to get a lot of money. What? For myself. Why? Because then I can buy many things and then I will be happy. This is the mindset that society sets forth for us when we come up. Everybody wanted what? A lot of money. Everybody wanted to be what? Rich and famous. Doctor, lawyer. Remember them days? I could be a doctor, lawyer. No, everybody want to be rich. Everybody want to be athlete. What the hell? It ain't enough. Come on, man. There's more jobs in the world than that. Understand it, but they see it, and that's what they aspire to do. I would grow up around drugs, number runners, and pimps. What did I do? That. So I'm a perfect example of being a product of my environment. Hell, if I'd have brought up in an environment, loving, caring environment where they teach God love, I'd probably been a preacher. Why? I'd have done what I did and help others do the same thing. Instead, I sold drugs and did what I was seeing in my environment. I induced people to do it too. Now that I'm doing this, I can't get nobody to join. That tell me something about my people. But your ego says things like, my name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion in the yacht. You respect me. I own things. I got stuff. I'm so-and-so. See, that ego. That's all ego. That's all ego. And that white man, he's full of it. Selfish pride. Everybody walks around thinking because they got this, they own that everybody got to kiss my butt. I, on the other hand, come from my parents, okay, and from nowhere else. You need to understand, him and my mom was my God. Why? They the one who created me. They got together and made me. I give credit to both sides. You know, well, I love my dad more than I love my mom. Well, I love my mom because my dad wasn't around. That's between your mother and father. You were the victim of circumstance. You don't carry no weight in that decision at all. I remember people asking me, who you love more, mother or father? That's a stupid question to me. Why? I love them both equal. How about that? Simple question, simple answer. Why? I ain't got to pick one right one. You got to be crazy. You taught me some things. My mom taught me some things. I used both. That's what my art represents. Getting good and the bad, good side and the bad side. Now your decision. Early, my decision making wasn't too good. I made bad decisions. Listen to that guy. As the older I get, I tell my mother every day we talk, I'm getting more like you. The older I get, why? Because the stuff that you told me is what I'm living by now. That's why, okay? So, and you're a lover of your country and such and such. Okay, that's all ego. That's all ego. I am separate from other people. I am me. I'm unique. Again, ego. Ego. And it's okay. Why are you? That's who and what you are. So the goal is to what? Aspire to raise your conscious level other than the damn ego stuff. Things all about you and become a better person. Compassion, empathy. Those are things come from the heart. In ego, everything is from the waist down. Okay, moving on. All right, let's go. Now, I am separate from the earth. Big problem. The universe. Bigger problem. That means you have edged God out. The ego don't consider God to be God. It thinks it is. So you run around thinking it's all about you. Until what? Until they start realize what role it ain't all about me. Yeah. Realize that before you get to the deathbed. You can't use a deathbed confession and think that's going to get you in the gates of heaven. No, your lifestyle decides that. Please understand that, people. Live right. When you die right. Moving on. Live wrong, you die wrong. Simple. And my thoughts are my own creation. Yeah, right there. Right there. We're born ignorant. We don't know much. And if you rely on your own thoughts, that's the ego taking control of you and running amok. Why? Because you're going to have problems. The ego don't know what the hell he's doing. He ain't licensed driver. You put him in the 18-wheeler, an unlicensed driver, what's going to happen? Look at it from that way as your life. If I get into a situation, I know what I'm doing, I'm going to mess something up. When I get to a point on the computer or anything where I don't know what I'm doing, I stop. If I don't touch nothing, I can't mess nothing up. So I go get help, assistance to help me out. I got a technical problem. Your brother, call my brother. That's the technical man. You find somebody who know what they're doing. I don't. So understand that in life, it's the same way. You get teachers, you get a teacher, you get somebody to help you, you get somebody to instruct you. This thing, the mind, the greatest machinery known to man, but it don't come with instructions, just instructors. You have to find an instructor to get instructed. And then you become what? Instructed on what? Who you are. So you can take it from there. Nothing inspires them except what? My own mind. You should be self-motivated to be and do. But some people need a kick in the butt. Some people need stuff, situations to motivate them. Okay, that's them. But there is no such thing as a spirit. Those people, you run away from them. Don't spend your time trying to teach them. Don't waste your jewels or your pearls on swine. They don't have a clue. So you leave them be and let them be to themselves. There's no such thing as a spirit life. Life is flesh and blood. It gets more ignorant. See, this is the ego and nothing else. So while I'm here, I will live up to the day I die. I'm going to live it up. I'm going to do me. That was his motto. Mine was sworn to fun and loyal to none. I'm almost embarrassed. Dude, what the hell was you? Yeah, that's pure ego. That's ego squared, personified. Dude, it was all about me. I got that from him. When you let people lead you or inspire you or instruct you, if you get the wrong leader, you're going to go the wrong way. I went the wrong way. It's just that simple. My old man didn't teach me right. He taught me all wrong again. But I learned it, I mastered it, I lived it, and I found out for myself. That ain't what I want to do. In life, you have the entitlement, the right to do just that. Once you get grown, 3 times 7, as my mother said, then you can do whatever you want. You ain't got to listen to my rules. You ain't got to abide by nothing I taught you, nothing I did for you. You're on your own. But the consequences is yours to bear. That's what we fall short with. Well, I'm going to do this. Okay, but there's consequences. I like to do that. Okay, but there's still consequences in life. Recognize the consequences and, okay, have at it. I knew consequences of what I was doing. So when it happened, I was away with that. But what happened? I didn't do it no more. It's called learning. I get adamant about that. Why? I've been to prison once. I learned that lesson. So I can say that. If you've been, and now don't get mad at me if I say I only went one time. What the hell I got to do with me? What you doing? It got a damn thing to do with me. So don't get mad. Oh, he bragged. No, he went one. I'm not bragging about nothing. I'm explaining the point. I learned my lesson. But that lifestyle that I was living, it led me to jail. I don't want that. So I don't live that lifestyle and pass it to my son. That's ego right now. The ego is pissed off. Why? Because I'm exposing him. He don't like that. Most people don't want you to tell them about themselves. Oh, that's bad. They want to hear about who and how bad they are for real. The truth. A liar don't want to face the truth. Tell her. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm that dude. I will tell you to your face. I don't give a damn. My ego is like that on the good side now. He just bad. No, he's a good dude. He's a good ego. And he gonna fight against what? True evil. Anybody that opposes me gonna have it. Why? My ego like the honey badger. He loved to fight. I ain't got a problem fighting. Not that I love it, but I ain't got a problem doing it. If that's what it's gonna be, let's have at it. Come on, man. That's where I come from. That's all I know. Hand to hand, man to man. It's any different? I don't do man to machine. No. Man to man, mano y mano. Moving on. Oh, I ain't got caught up in personal stuff. See the ego? When he gets a chance, he gonna interject. And that's okay, but he don't be running me. He can get a little attitude on like, well, I'll get my toe. But he don't do nothing. But what I tell him, he's in the service position. That's where you want the ego. Not in front of you. Ego, get behind me. Oh, excuse me. Devil, get behind me. Same thing. Excuse me. Get a little excited. Calm down. All right. But I'm separate. Okay, yeah. In the ego, it says one thing. I'm here. I will live till the day I die. He had one goal. To enjoy himself and then get all he could before the party was over. So he ran his whole life doing that. But before you die, to the day you die. But for you, only live once. My. You're right. And that's what you're going to get. One shot. Why? You fail. You can't get another shot. It's going to be a new conscience. It won't be yours. Yours is done. He ain't around. His conscience didn't make it. His spirit is still going on, but his conscience, no. That's what dies with the physical body. Please understand the concept. All right, let me get this. I don't got a whole half a page I ain't did. Whoa, Lord. Okay, let me get to this. Your ego personality. Let's talk about that thing now. So now I gave you all the breakdown. Now let's talk about this ego. The ego, your personality, is the source of your human pleasures and pain. That's what you're serving. And when it wants pleasure, it's happy. When it's something pain, it don't feel nothing. It don't care. Okay, it lets you have that part. Okay. Of your world experiences. All your pleasurable concepts. or your painful perceptions are real, but they are productions of one's ego. That's what your ego is doing for you. Your mind and its untrained, conditioned mind is often lost in this maze we call the world and experiences that we're going to encounter, situations that we're going to have to deal with in this physical world. The retrain, that means, okay, George Clinton told us you got to program, deprogram, and then reprogram. When you get retrained, your unconditioned mind, the free mind, the clear mind, it is the source of what releases you from freedom. It frees you from what? Your fetish, your ignorance, and that holds your spirit in chains and in the events that it had to go through in the world of your own perception through them. Your ego gonna take you through the mud. It's gonna get you hell. It's gonna break you if you ain't strong. Why? It don't care. It don't care about you. It don't love you. Moving on. That's the ego. Watch this. Let me show you the difference. But when you become one with your higher self, we know we God. That's your rule. When you reach your spiritual potential with knowledge and understanding, you will have to discard your ego concepts. The ego do not run nothing. The ego has no say so. The ego say, man, go whoop his ass. At one time, I would listen to the ego. The ignorant me will follow the ego. The conscious me says, man, I can't do that. Why? There's repercussions that come with that. There's consequences that's going to come with that. That's why. The ego don't think about that. It don't. It do. It do and then think after it do. You know them kind of people? If you thought first, you wouldn't make the bad decision. If you reaction, the knee-jerk reaction is always the bad one. Okay, understand that. But your ego personality is a conditioned, untrained mind. And when you reach, that means it's ignorant of itself. When you get knowledge of self, okay, practice right thinking philosophy, now your mind releases and is free from the ego concept. When you start thinking right, trust me, you'll start living right. And to become one with God, you will have to discard your ego. Control it. We must control the notion that we are individuals living in the universe and that we are separate from everything else. That's just putting the man on the island. No man's an island, but if he believes he is, then he's going to be out there on his own. We must understand for ourselves that we are not just a body. We're not just human beings. Okay? No, we're not the mind. We're not our senses, not anything we can feel or touch. That's not the real you. The real you is inside. It can't be touched. Why? By human hands. Why? That's God's thing. That's why. He put it inside the physical body. The physical body is the vehicle in which the spirit used to get around here in this physical world. The mind gives you the wherewithal to do, to be, to act. And you're responsible for those actions. So if you're thinking right, you can do good actions and get rewarded. If you're thinking egoistic, then you're going to do a whole bunch of stuff and have to suffer and pay. That's why one minute they're happy, next minute they're sad. Wow, they did something good, but the way they did it caused them to what? To pay for the action that they did that they enjoyed. Sneakers, creepers. You enjoyed the pleasure that you had, but now you're responsible for the action that led you there, stuff you got to do after that. That's a whole lot of work. That's tiresome. Trust me, been there and done that too. Okay, you can't be comfortable when you're doing that nonsense, worrying about something that you don't control. Where's your what, the side piece? If she upset, she tired of being what, and she gonna cause problems for you. But that's your fault. Again, this only occurs. Excuse me. Okay, well, no. Excuse me. Whoa. Okay. Oh, anything you can taste, touch, or feel, not you. But this process of I'm teaching you how to cleanse your ego personality by attaining and purifying one's heart through the process of practicing my right thinking philosophy, the yoga concept. In order for you to leave behind one's ego, you have to develop and raise your higher self. That means be your best self. The ego won't allow that. The ego won't allow you to be your best. He's going to keep you doing just what he wants you to do. That's why he's in control of you, and you don't want that. That's not good for you. Your higher self is what you want to do. The ego is just a tool, as are our bodies, and it is to be used for us to assist us in our survival of evolution and our journey through life. It should not run it. You heard me? It should assist and it will. Why? When Ra fighting the prophets, the best fighter he got is his ego. That's set. He's the fighter. That's what he's going to do. Let him do just that. Anything else, don't let him do it. So you got that guy on your team who you know, when I open his cage, I turn this guy loose, he's going to tear some stuff up. But I want him on my team. I need him to do just that when I need him to do it. I don't want him doing it to me. See the concept? All right. Oh, Lord, I got to get this done. All right, I'm almost home. Let me take it on there. But this occurs. Your ego should be trained. Your ego should be controlled to what? Serve you. Its best interest instead of allowing it to run your life. Again, your ego's a bad mamma jamma. Put in position where he do what he need to do, which is fight. Okay? And every night he do what he do best. Fight off a power for Ra. In the daytime, you got no say so. Why? You don't need him for that. At night, set, let's go. That's his job. When he lost the fight to his higher self, which is Haru, when the fight was over, his sentence, because of what he did, or that he got to pay for that. His consequences and his actions now forever. When God punishes you, he punishes forever. When he blesses you, he blesses you forever. So it ain't a one-sided deal. So you might not want to be on the punishing side of God. That's when man realizes he got to straighten up and act right, or he got to pay the price for the rest of his life. Think about that. So Set should not be in control. He won your team. You want to win your team. He's a player. He's the hardest worker you got. But when you need him at night to go against the evil. But it must be a servant, not your master. I'm going to drop the mic on that one. I got a little more to go. So through denial of your ego, controlling it, now it's possible for you to partake in what we call the cosmic truth of thyself. Hello, hello. One may become as a transmitter like Tuh, who created himself from existence, cut by uttering his own words, and you do the work of they who reside in the caves. When you are ignorant, you like in the cave, okay? You need to come out and see the real world. Ignorant people block themselves off, build themselves and close themselves in, away from everything. And they wonder why they're alone. That's your goal. That's your end game. If that's what you do, that's what's going to happen in the end. So it tells you one may become a conduit of the divine power of God through mind and body and do the work of God by becoming in harmony and one with him. Taking it in. I'm on third base. I'm heading home. This is the home stretch right here. Become the Ka of Haru and the netters. That means the shadow, the other half, the reflected part that humans are the role to play. One may become merged with your spirit of nature, aka God. So thereby living in immortality once you become one with God, even when the physical world is over. That's the name of this game we call life. You get the concept, you know yourself. So when the physical body runs out, and it will, due to killing, murder, whatever hell, but it's going to run out. The pyramid coffins text, where I got a lot of my information, admonish us to what? Pay attention. This is the fair word right here. Awaken the netter quality, the godhood, the potential Haru in you, and free yourself from what? Save yourself from the Osirian myth, the passion of resurrection by what? Getting weak and doing things that you may not want to do, that you got to pay the price for that, and the consequences could be your life. Understand that. In the game, we tell you it's self-defeating when you get caught cheating in this game that we play in the game in the streets. Why? Because it can cost you your life in addition to whatever money you got in your hand. 30 grand for most people, all right? But to conquer your ego, aka your spiritual enemy. Your ego is your spiritual enemy. How about that? That's why he's seen as the devil by modern people. But they're showing you that anything that's in opposition to what's right is wrong. Your right is God, wrong is the devil, evil. That's what the ego represents. Wrong. It's going to do what it wants to do. It don't bow to nobody. It don't acquiesce to nothing. But you got to control it because why? It's the enemy that keep you from knowing yourself. And when you conquer your ego self, hello, and become one with God, now you may shine forth through a purified body, aka your soul, in splendor, what? Forever. I want forever. I want eternity. I want immortality. That's why I do what I do when I'm here. I'm aspiring to what? When this is over, that's where I'm going. If not, okay, I deal with the consequences. If I'm wrong, so be it. But I deal with that like y'all do when y'all do. I ain't got a problem with that. I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. And the consequences that below me, before me, I deal with them when they come, just like anything else. Right? Things just hope you less. I know it with no law, but I got to go. It's time to hit the gym. But in closing, as usual, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers who conquered their ego. Now know what it is between thyself and ego self. Choose thy every day. I do. Hope you enjoy the lesson. I'll be back.